Let's make a gum paste bunny. Alright, here I'm using gum paste and tire loose. Tire loose is going to help speed up the drying process, but if you don't need it, you can skip that. Here I'm rolling out 4 balls around the size of marbles. The first 2 are going to be the feet, and we're going to roll those out into cylinders and then slightly flatten those out. And make sure you reshape as you go. One end is going to be kind of skinnier than the other. And just make sure you try and get 2 matching pairs. Alright, next we're going to use this tool to indent paw marks. If you don't have this, you can use the back of a knife or a toothpick, pretty much anything you have to make these types of indents. Now we're going to make the hands. You're going to roll out your marble shaped ball into a tear shape, and then we're going to slightly flatten that and just make sure we keep the shape of the tear. Alright, we're going to make some fluff details with a clean, unused scourer. You're going to lightly but firmly press into your feet and hands to make the fur detailing. Then with the same tool, you're going to indent paw marks into the hands as well, like this, and set those aside to dry. With 2 larger pieces of gum paste, we're going to roll tear shapes, but longer. These are going to be the ears. Use spaghetti, dip one end into sugar syrup, and then thread it halfway up the ear. And then you're going to roll these slightly flat, not too thin, otherwise you'll see the spaghetti poking through. And just make sure you reshape it. You want the top part to be a little bit more on the pointy side, just like this. And you're going to scour those as well, front and back. And then using some pink gum paste, you're going to roll similar shapes to the ears and use sugar syrup to stick those down to the middle. And just reshape the pink section to make sure it fits perfectly. Now I'm going to bend it, and make sure if you're bending it that you don't bend it too much that the spaghetti pokes through, and then just add some support behind it so the ear dries in that shape. And we're pretty much doing the same thing to the feet, 2 bigger balls and 6 smaller ones for the padding. Set those aside to dry. Moving on to the head, my worst part. I'm rolling a ball, but kind of like a pear shape, and just squeezing, just more. You can do a circle. You can do whatever shape you like. This is the shape that I'm going, and then I'm scoring it all over. I honestly don't know how to make a head, but next we're going to stick the other end of the spaghetti into sugar syrup and stick them into the head. Now make sure when you eventually set this aside to set, you're going to want to put support on either side of those ears so they don't just flop over. Now I'm making a nose, and I'm pretty much making a rounded triangle. And using 2 white balls of gum paste, we're sticking it together to make, what is this, the padding or the cheeks of the nose? I'm not quite sure. That's what we're doing. I'm using some sugar syrup to stick it all together, and then I'll be sticking this to the head with sugar syrup as well. I'm also rolling out a little skinny snake for the mouth part. So this is what it should look like. It looks weird. Anyway, there it is. We're going to reshape it. In the middle of the mouth, I'm adding pink gum paste to it. Alright, now moving on to the eyes. I am rolling and shaping some white gum paste, and then I'm going to stick black on top, and then a little bit of white as well. Just go with it. Make whatever eyes you like. You can even draw dots on there. You make this bunny however you like. This is what my eyeball looks like, and we're going to use some sugar syrup to stick them on. This bunny looks like freaking crazy. Now I thought she needed some eyebrows or something. I wanted to make eyelashes, but I'm really bad at that. So here we're going with eyebrows to make her less crazy. Well, a really skinny snake, and then using sugar syrup, stick it on. Did that help? Probably not, but it looks a lot better. Now I'm adding some color details. I'm using this for all of the pink parts on this bunny. Now these are edible dusts and luster dusts, so they're non-toxic and they're perfectly safe to consume. Not that you would really want to eat this, but you know. Now this one is a luster, so it's shiny and sparkly, perfect for the white part, and I'm dusting this on all of the white bits of the rabbit. Ideally, you would really want this rabbit to set for a week before you even consider dusting it, just so everything's set and nothing can melt and fall apart. But because I was on a time crunch, I'm doing it all in the same day, which is fine. Just be really careful because everything's still really soft and not set. Alright, I'm using another luster, and this is going to be the blush for the rabbit, just to give her a little bit of colour. Do not go heavy-handed on this. And here she is. That colour made such a difference. Now because I really want to hide one of the seams on the ear, because in person looked really bad, I'm mixing gum paste and sugar syrup to make kind of like a glue. This stuff gets super sticky. Right, this is a bad angle, but pretty much with that super sticky glue, I'm pushing it and pressing it into that seam. And then I'm going to stick some flowers to it. Firmly but gently press, because you don't want to break the ear or the head. Just press it. This is another bad angle. Just press it in until it stays in place. And now I'm going to set it aside with some support so it can dry. Now I made this Thursday and I'm going to be using it tomorrow, and you can see it on my Instagram.